Bonjour! It's time for lesson 12. This is the last lesson in Unit 3, so we're kind of wrapping up here. There is some new grammar in this portion, and there's new vocabulary. So we're starting off with some new vocab, actually. Before we get into any new grammar, we're just going to learn a few more words. So we've mostly been looking at food vocabulary. That's what this whole unit has been about. It's been about food. We haven't really talked about the quantities of food, right? We learned the partitive article, so you can say some, but you don't know words like a box of this or a bottle of that, whatever, those kinds of words. So that's what we're going to look at today. All right, les quantités. So les quantités, just quantities, right? So some expressions you might need, say if you were at the grocery store, if you were making a shopping list in France or in a place that spoke French, words you might need to know. So we've got un kilo, right? A kilogram or a kilo. We also say that in English. A kilogram is 2.2 of our pounds. 2.2 pounds. And then une livre. Une livre. You know un livre, right? Un livre is a book, but une livre is a pound. However, a pound in France is different than our pound. A pound in France is half of a kilogram, so 1.1 like American pounds. But they use it. It's a measurement they use. There's also une demi-livre. Une demi-livre, which is 200 grams. So une livre is 500 grams. Un kilo is 1,000 grams. All right, une douzaine. It's exactly what it looks like, right? Eggs. Or egg, not eggs, a dozen. It means a dozen. Usually the only thing you're buying in quantities of a dozen is eggs. That's my bad, though. It means a dozen. Une bouteille. Une bouteille is a bottle. So it could be a bottle of water, a bottle of juice, right? Un litre. Un litre is a liter. We use liters in English, mostly for soda for some reason. So like a 2-liter bottle, you know that size. So un litre, 1 liter is half of that. It's just slightly less than a quart. Un litre. Milk usually comes in un litre in France. Gasoline. Un pot. Un pot is a jar, right? So a jar of mayonnaise, a jar of jam. They don't really use peanut butter, but a jar of peanut butter. Okay, un paquet. Un paquet is a package, right? So like usually like plastic or paper, like a package of coffee, a pack of what else comes in containers like that? Like rice maybe. Un morceau. Un morceau just means a piece, just like a piece of cheese. Looks like the word morsel, kind of, right? You can think of it like that. Then un sac. Un sac, you know, means bag. A bag of lemons, a bag of oranges. Une tranche. Une tranche means a slice. A slice of bread, although you wouldn't just be buying one slice of bread at the grocery store. A slice of ham. You also wouldn't just be buying one of those, but you could buy like 10 slices, right? 10 slices of ham. 10 tranches. And une boîte means two different things. It means either a box, une boîte, a box, or a can. like a metal can. Two different things, a box or a can. And then the way French people use expressions of quantity are by saying the expression of quantity, so like un sac, un morceau, un pot, whatever, then the word de, and then whatever noun you're talking about, right? So, un kilo, right? Un kilo de pommes. Un kilo de pommes, a kilo of apples. That's mostly how we use quantity expressions in English too. Like, oh, I need 2 pounds of shrimp. Or I need 1 jar of mayonnaise. It's pretty similar to how we do it in English. But I'll just show you some examples of all of these with, a word that goes with them. Because there's some logic involved, right? If I'm asking you to fill in blanks, you need to use some logic to be able to know, oh, well, if the word that I need a quantity for is eggs, I'm not going to say I need a slice of eggs. I would need to say a dozen. So I'll just walk you through logically kind of what those will look like. So, un kilo de pommes, right? So a kilo, it's going to be with things like fruits, vegetables. Those are things you would buy by weight in France. Anything in like the produce section that you would buy by weight. Un kilo, une livre, une demi-livre. Any of those, it's going to be produce usually. Une douzaine d'œufs. Eggs are the only thing I can think of that you buy by the dozen. But maybe there's something else out there. Un litre de lait. Right, so expression, de, noun. Like I said, milk usually comes in liters in France, generally in cartons, but sometimes in bottles or like plastic containers like we have. Un litre. Un paquet de café. Right, so like I was saying, a package or a pack. So this is like a paper package. Un sac d'orange, so anything that comes in a bag, like bagged produce, bagged vegetables, un sac. Une boîte de céréales, a box of cereal. So you can see, you've seen on the last two actually, if there are multiples of whatever in the quantity, then it is plural. Right, so it's not a sack of orange, it's a sack of oranges. And in French, cereal is plural as well. So it's not a box of one single piece of cereal, it's a box of céréales with a S, because it's plural. I thought this cereal looked very strange. I don't know what you all think. I thought it looked kind of like dog treats, but it is like a chocolate cereal. And like I said, boîte can mean either box or can. So, une boîte de thon, a can of tuna. Une bouteille d'eau minérale, a bottle of mineral water. Could also be a bottle of soda, a bottle of juice, whatever. A bottle of limonade. Une livre de beurre. Une livre de beurre. Okay, so butter often comes in like a French pound. You can see here it's not quite 500 grams, it's 454, because this is Canadian. I think this is also American butter also comes in 454 grams. All right. Un pot de mayonnaise, a jar of mayonnaise. Could be un pot de confiture, a jar of jam, etc. Un morceau de fromage, a piece of cheese, right? So you're not buying the whole wheel of cheese. In America, we often just buy like a block of cheese or whatever, but if you think of like the fancier cheese section, in the grocery store. Now, you're not buying one of those big wheels, you're just buying like a wedge. That's un morceau de fromage, just a piece of cheese. Une tranche de jambon, a slice of ham. And I mean, that's really it. So the big thing here is those new vocab words, and then the expression, like expression of quantity plus de plus jambon. Okay, so all of this still goes with everything that we've learned up until this point. So some things you're not going to have an expression, right? You would just say, like, for lunch I'm eating, like 3 slices of ham, a piece of cheese, some water, right? Like if you just got tap water or whatever, it combines with the partitive article, the indefinite, the definite article we've all learned, but now also we know these expressions. So your practice for this is you're going to be looking at meals and describing, like, oh, like Eric ate, and then listing what Eric ate using all of those expressions. So some of them with expressions of quantity, then some just using normal articles like we've been working on and like you sort of practiced a lot in lesson 11. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this is pretty clear. In our next video, we'll be getting into more quantity expressions, kind of, but also more grammar-ish. Okay, au revoir.